Let's go.
The teenage son of a disgraced mayor in Louisiana was overheard screaming that his mom, quote, effed his best friend after a drunken pool party where she allegedly had sex with a 16-year-old boy, according to reports. The wild alleged confrontation comes as damning witness testimony and new evidence continues to emerge in the trial of Misty Roberts, the 43-year-old former leader of DeRidder, Louisiana. Roberts allegedly committed the disturbing sex crime during a booze-filled pool party on July 20th, 2024, which she offered to provide alcohol for her son and his friends. Just 1 week later, she abruptly resigned from her position as mayor of DeRidder. Days later, a warrant was issued for her arrest due to a complaint against Roberts before she surrendered herself to the police. Jurors heard from Jill Weaver, the best friend and former sister-in-law of Roberts, that she overheard the tense exchange between Roberts and her son after she was asked to come to the boozy party at around 8 p.m., according to the Lake Charles American Press. He was saying Roberts effed his best friend, Weaver recalled of the party at the Beauregard Parish County trial, in which she also claimed Roberts was the most drunk she'd ever seen her, according to KPLC. Weaver would eventually text her own son to lie till you die about the chaotic night, and admitted she spoke to Roberts about how to keep the kids from reporting the alleged assault they witnessed to authorities.
Y'all see this, the manipulation? I thought this is what they claim men do, right? Everybody want to talk about the men who are going after these young teenage girls. Like they treat R. Kelly like he's a pariah, and to a degree he is. I'm not, this is not a defense, but I'm just saying, how come when it comes to men, they are treated like, like the worst thing ever, right? But you have women not only knowingly having relations with these young boys, but they are trying to manipulate it to where people don't find out. And this ain't the only story. There are new stories every other day of women getting caught having relations with young boys in the media. The major outlets and blogs, they ignore it. You don't see women making a big deal out of it. You don't see men are acting like, well, that should have been me. This is, I could tell a lot about you men, by the way, by how you sit up here and you think that it's a good thing that a grown 40-something-year-old woman is having relations with a young boy. And you wonder why these young boys are hypersexual and they're sleeping with anything that moves. Where do you think they got it from? Where do you think they got it from? You women want to know why these men can't be faithful? It's because they may have been in a situation with one of these older women. And y'all want to sweep it under the rug as if nothing is wrong here. These women should be treated just like y'all treat these men who get caught up with these young girls. They should be treated the same way. There should be no difference.
Robert's son told investigators in an interview played for jurors that he saw his mom having sex with his pal through a crack in a window, but said later in court that he wasn't exactly sure what he saw that night.
Oh, you saw it and you were pissed. What's good, Jean Marie? What's good, Gerald? What's good, Brian? Make sure y'all like the stream. See, he's trying to save his mother. He tried to lie for his mother, knowing that his mother did it, and he confronted her about it. But he's a young kid who's probably trying to tell himself that that's not what he saw. And why would he lie in the first place? These older women can't form relationships with adult men because they're too busy trying to sleep with young boys. That's why they can't form relationships with men. Because they're too busy trying to sleep with young men. Not even young men, young boys. They don't want grown men. These women want young boys. And y'all wonder why women protect perverts? Because they're perverts. What's good, Prime?
According to KPLC, the shocked son texted his mom that night, telling her that his sister was crying, according to messages presented by prosecutors. Roberts also texted her ex-husband Duncan Clanton, according to a criminal complaint obtained by the Daily Mail. Quote, "I f***ed up and I respect you enough to tell you, and I need to," Roberts said. Her ex-husband went on to testify that she told him directly that she had sex with the minor and that the kids had caught them in the act. Clanton's replies from their text exchange were omitted from the court paper.
You know what? I don't think that's the only one she's had relations with. I think she's done this before. I think that she has done this before. This ain't her first time. She just got caught. But I don't think this is her first time doing this. It was good mindfulness.
Which also revealed that the teen victim's mother texted Roberts, asking the former mayor whether she could be pregnant. Roberts replied that she was on birth control, but that the romp, quote, didn't reach that point in those few minutes to have that concern.
Sheesh.
Roberts then...
Oh my God. Yo, I'm telling you, she's done this before. These type of stories are happening more and more. You have women, I've seen stories recently where there are women who are legitimately getting pregnant by these interactions.
This is proof that we don't live in a patriarchy, that our counterparts get away with too much over here.
Right, Devon. Appreciate that. We don't necessarily, especially in the black community. Because not only would women get away with it, you got women and men who will defend those women. See, because these women understand there's no consequences for them doing these things. They see in the minds of people who've been brainwashed, the only perverts are men. Men are the only creeps. When we know that's not true, but that has been programmed in us that only men can be perverts, not women.
Shared a screenshot of the exchange in a group chat with her friends, who urged her to take Plan B, an over-the-counter morning after pill. A DoorDash driver testified that he
exposed this secret 26 years ago. Man shrugging, dark skin tone.
Yep, appreciate that, Landon. And the thing is, it was people laughed at it. You know, they thought it was entertaining. It seemed normal that you would have a high schooler who looked like a grown adult, as we will, is having relations with this friend's mom. It's definitely an open secret. Absolutely is. And you combine that with the fact that women believe that there's no consequences for their actions. I think this stuff goes on more than you think. He
accepted a request from Misty C to purchase the emergency contraceptive and leave it at her front door. This is Robert's second trial after the first ended in a mistrial when two Beauregard Parish judges were removed from the case because of alleged ties to her ex-husband, according to KPLC. She was arraigned on the current charges earlier this year. Roberts was initially charged with rape, but now faces 2 charges of carnal knowledge of a juvenile and indecent behavior with a juvenile, according to reports.
Okay, so there's an update. She was found guilty. This is her leaving the courtroom. She should be going to jail, but she leaving the courtroom after she was found guilty. This heifer should be locked up in jail right now, but there's no consequences when women do these things. She should be a pariah.
Huh?
Look at that, the walk of shame. Grown woman, 40-something years old, married, with children, and she's sleeping with the teens. There's nothing about this that is cool. This heifer's a creep, a weirdo, and needs to be shamed at every turn. We need to be shaming this heifer at every turn. How about if you want to cheat, go cheat with a grown man. But they don't get thrills out of cheating with. I'll tell you, this is why y'all want to know why these women are single. They cannot form relationships with other adult men. So these women, and this is why you're seeing so many of these stories now. They only seem to want to have relations. I'm not saying relationships, but they want to have hookups with young boys. And y'all wonder why these heifers can't form relationships with men? They're going after the boy. They're going after young boys. If you, and this is why you got men doing long prison sentences for dealing with younger girls. And I'm not here to defend that. They should. But women should get the same smoke. This woman was a mayor. She knows better. She was a public figure. And she just gets to walk out the courtroom then found guilty like nothing happened. And you know what? She's going to do it again. Because offenders never change. She should have to register as an offender too. She should have to register as an offender. If you're not going to put this heifer in prison, make her have to sign up to have to be as an offender. If y'all not going to do nothing, the justice system not going to be fair and actually put these heifers in jail to keep these situations from happening. But let's look at this heifer's walk of shame. Look at this. Disgusting.
Recording. Okay, she's right around here. Okay. Misty, did you want to say anything about
And this Negro is over there. Look at this Negro. Look at him. Look at maybe he's one of her lawyers. I don't know. Maybe he's one of her lawyers. Look at this Negro. Look at this Negro.
Misty, did you want to say anything about the vote?
Brother, if you was in the same situation, she would not be hugging you. You'd probably be in a jumpsuit somewhere. Look at these pastors. How many stories have we seen of black pastors going to prison for messing around with underage boys or girls? You know, so these male pastors can go to prison for 10, 15, 20 years, but this heifer can get this young boy drunk and then have relations with him, and she got him drunk so he probably wouldn't remember.
Adam, I'll give you a call, man.
Huh?
Why did you not ask her no questions? Why did you get that young man drunk? Why did you sleep with your son's best friend?
Little privacy. Appreciate it.
And y'all wonder why these situations keep happening? Look at them. They protect the predators, male or female. They protect them.